Okay, I think I've waited long enough, so... Oh wait, no, wrong screen. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Now we're live. Wow. I think maybe I should, like, scoot my ass down a little bit. There we go. That looks a little better. Okay. Wow. Wow, I'm live. God, it feels like it's been forever. Probably because it's been a couple months. Yeah, I don't know. I had like a difficult couple of months as far as just like feeling really busy and burnt out. So it definitely felt like the right thing to do to take a break from a bunch of stuff that I've been doing. But it's good to be back. And I feel like I haven't, there's a bunch of stuff that I want to get done this year, so might as well start trying to make this a habit again. Hey, Plushy Man Sir, welcome to the stream. Happy New Year. Or at least I hope you had a better holiday than I did. My holidays were kind of a disaster. It's fine. It's fine now, but there was just there was like one thing that went right, and then everything else that could have gone wrong did. So wow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you stream a little bit. Which reminds me, I have a little PNG to work on for someone else tonight, so I can force them to stream also. But yeah, things look a little different tonight, and it's because I've spent a lot of time while in late December working on improving my Live 2D skills. So this is a Live 2D model that I drew and rigged myself. Look at that, look at that, look at all those moving parts. Wow. I don't know, I kind of swap between all my different methods of YouTubing as the spirit moves me. And this is just one in my arsenal. I'm probably gonna add more bells and whistles over time, but this is a relatively large accomplishment. But yeah, I'm gonna start a writing sprint at 40 minutes after, so in about 3 minutes. I'm just kind of warming up, so I'm not gonna have my writing on screen for a little bit, just because I don't like trying not to stress myself out, because I've been under a lot of stress. Wow. Yeah, I had a really rough time over the holidays. So I'm trying to take it easy a little bit still, because I massively burnt out, and I'm trying to get myself back in gear and functioning normally again, which is, yeah, it's a toughie. It's definitely, there was a lot of stuff that I didn't expect, and I don't like it when things happen that I don't expect. So, trying to make myself be in a little bit of a better place, because taking care of yourself is part of the creative process. So as far as like warm-up stuff, this year one of the things that I want to work on is getting back to some of my interactive fiction projects. And that's not what I'm going to be working on, at least not at the beginning of tonight, just because I don't feel like mentally and emotionally prepared for it. So I'm going to do something that's a little bit easier for me. And what that is so a thing that a bunch of people are doing this year that I saw on Twitter is there's this thing called Dungeon 23, which is about trying to write like a little room of a dungeon for like D&D or related games every day this year. And the thing is, despite the fact that I am in like tabletop games writing, I have never used a fucking dungeon in my life. Okay, I've never ever used a dungeon. In the couple times I ran Dungeon World, none of it took place in a dungeon. The first time it was in like a big fancy manor house, and the second time it was like all overworld shit. So, oh, and it's time to start the timer. So I'm gonna put 20 minutes on the clock. There you go, you can see it at the top of the screen, and it'll make a little chimey noise when it's done. I have like one person here for the stream, you know what the drill is. I'm so on top of things that I have not opened my text editor yet, but I'm gonna do that now. Every step is progress. Everything is progress. We're getting things done. So I'm like, okay, I don't really use dungeons, so this is not really like a thing that I am gonna do, or like a thing that speaks to me, but I was like, I kind of want to do something, and I have been extremely Chubo's brained recently because I discovered that I really like writing quests for Chubos, which is a great role-playing game that I'm gonna make all my friends play, whether they like it or not eventually. Watch out. And I was like, okay, writing a quest every single day is probably a lot. That sounds like a lot. But then someone suggested that like maybe I could write a quest set every week. And that's like that's a little bit more reasonable. That's like maximum 5 quests with like a thematic packaging. And I've been trying to get into writing like resources for published RPGs again. So I think that is gonna kind of be my challenge. Especially since I've been working on this project that is revamping. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna make you do it. It's gonna be fun. I have to get my first group off the ground first, but I'm gonna start like phasing in like stagger groups rather than trying to start like 3 gaming groups at once because I will die. I have discovered, because it turns out I'm figuring out over a course of time what causes me to burn the fuck out, which is amazing. I don't know what I'm gonna call this quest set yet. But basically, a lot of the stuff I've been working on for tabletop role-playing stuff is a sort of rework of a game setting that I came up with and semi-collaboratively and ran like a few years back. That's a sort of Midwestern Gothic setting, like kind of small town supernatural and rural decay. And I felt like it had a lot going for it that could work really well with Chubos as a system. So I'm trying to like kind of come up with a bunch of resources for that. So if people wanted to do that really easily, they could, and like, I don't know, maybe make a setting Bible right up so that it would be super easy to play, and then, I don't know, make it available for free, and then, I don't know, have like an illustrated ebook or something like that that people can optionally pay for or something like that. So let's see, quest 1. I guess this is not unlike, this is definitely a blue arc. In Chubos, everything is color coded, and blue is sort of about experimentation and the forbidden. Trying to remember what the other color associations are, because I do not have the same like synesthetic brain wiring as Jenna Moran, but yeah, this is definitely for like probably still honestly makes sense as a bindings arc, despite the fact that you're not really binding anything. You're just fucking around with something that's kind of taboo. I don't know what color the individual quests are going to be, but I think starting from like a blue paradigm. Okay, so the first quest is like having an idea or like getting like kind of the spark of an idea, I think. Like inspiration. Second one is about like, I don't know, getting people on board or like getting approval for it. Third one is probably based on the usual structure of quests. And I think probably 3 you could substitute a bunch of other quests that are already written, depending, or, you know, in this case, I'm probably gonna write one that's really setting specific. Ugh. Oh my god, my back just really made a horrible noise. Let's see, what else? Okay, so there's a front matter write up. This feels like maybe like a not. Maybe it's a 25 XP, maybe it's a 30 XP. I'm gonna start with putting down slots for 2 major goals. Dun, da, da. Oh, and currently we are listening to Chill Hop Music, Chill Hop Year Mix 2022, jazz beats and lo-fi hip hop, which is findable on YouTube. Just some of the Chill Hop Music favorites from 2022. I really gotta figure out how to position my tracker so it's actually in front of my face rather than slightly to the side. Yeah, I feel like this quest is probably a short one. Just because it's kind of prologue-y. Let's see, what are some good quest flavor items? Let's see. So, what is it? What is everyone else out there working on tonight? Anything specific or just kind of vibing? Either way, totally fine. Ooh, Trophy Dark. That's neat. I've never played Trophy Dark, but I have seen it around and it looks really cool as far as like what it's doing. It's one of those games that is perpetually on my to playlist, except for the fact that I simply have too many things on my to playlist, so it'll be a miracle if I get through it in my lifetime. Yeah, it's the real problem of being someone who's into role playing. Yeah, right. I think I need to charge my weird little cat lamp again. Maybe. So I feel like I kind of want one more thing. Okay, so I think that is done. That first one is done. Okay. I'm not sure about what color that is. I'll figure that out later. And the timer's up for the first sprint. So that's our first sprint done. I'm attempting to stream until 8:30 tonight. So we will be having 6 sprints. So now we are on a 10-minute break. Stretch your hands, get a drink of water. You know, do your carpal tunnel stretches if you're typing. Yeah, just relax. Stretch out your brain. Yeah, for anyone just tuning in, I am working on I'm not doing Dungeon 23 because I've never used a dungeon in my life, but I am doing a little bit, trying to do a sort of similar thing, or like a weekly thing of writing material for Chubos, because I have this large project that I'm trying to chip away at little by little. And that's kind of an easy bite-sized thing for me to get back into writing, since I've been taking a bit of a break, or at least a break from streaming it, due to the fact that I have been very tired. I also realized that I have a coffee that I left downstairs, so I am just going to be right back because I want to drink that before it gets cold. Okay. Okay, there we go. Running upstairs. Well, I keep feeling like, oh, well, I didn't do that much toward the end, like in the second half of last year, because I was just so, like, absolutely getting my ass kicked by a variety of personal things. But, you know, like, one of my goals for the end of the year was to finish the rigging and setup for this this Live 2D model, and I did it, so proud of that one. Okay, 4 minutes until the next sprint. Yeah, I changed up a lot of the hobby commitments that I had going because there's a lot of stuff that I'd like to be doing that I haven't been. And I wanted to, I guess, change up what I was spending my time on a little bit. Just to, I have so many hobbies, and it's really difficult to have this many hobbies, you know? Um, Wanted to give myself more time for writing. Wanted to give myself more time to work on like music stuff, to run my own games, if I wanted to. So, like, dude, get back into actually writing and submitting poetry. Uh, so I am excited to like feel like, I don't know. I think like the pandemic so far has been like just something that has periodically just passively burns me out in the background, which absolutely sucks. But gotta, sort of take care of myself and make sure I'm actually making time to do the things that are really feeding me and bringing me joy, I think. And I'm sort of still, it's been a process. I still haven't perfected of trying to figure out how to balance my life so that I do stuff that a good mix of stuff that makes me feel like I'm where I want to be, rather than still needing something. So yeah, and like I said earlier, if anyone's tuning in now, I'm still kind of warming up, so I'm not putting my writing on screen just because I'm like still a little brain foggy and trying to make myself think a little bit faster. So, because the holidays really kind of kicked my ass, so I'm just trying to like not stress myself out too much by being like, oh, and also I have to like have people watch me while I do it. But probably the next time I stream, which will be in a couple days, God willing, I'm trying to stick to a schedule. I will probably be doing stuff live. I'm hopefully going to be getting back to working on some of my interactive fiction stuff on Thursday, which will be neat. I think I just need to do a little bit more outlining before I'm ready to like really go on that. Yeah, the schedules are trying to keep myself to a schedule. Well, I at least like have a particular like my neurological personal hell at least has made me like I am capable of sticking to a schedule and remembering how time works, which I know is not the same for all my friends. But what was I gonna say? Yeah. Yeah, I think my problem is mostly just that like sometimes it's like the spirit is willing but the flesh is weak. Especially since I've been dealing with like intermittent back problems for like the last 6 months or so, which I think are like the schedule for frog tubing. Yeah, I think sometimes it's just like, you know what, like at the beginning of the week kind of figure out some date. Either like I think there are two approaches. One is figure out like on pick a day of the week, figure out your schedule every week on that day, and it's 6:10, so I'm going to start the next sprint. Either like get into a routine of figuring out your schedule for streaming, or like have a very consistent schedule. I think it's easier to start small. Like I do 2 days a week. I know some people who are like on like 4 or 5 days a week, which I absolutely could not do, but I have a lot more like personal commitments. that I can't that I have to personally do. Um, the other approach is kind of what I both have a schedule and also am a chaos being who um, I tend to like put up like an announcement that I'll be streaming that day, like the day of, a few hours before or something like that, because I don't know, there's like 5 people maximum who watch me, so it's not like it matters. Uh, and just kind of like just deciding to like be like, fuck it, I'm streaming. I'm just gonna like notify people on Twitter and uh, like my social medias and whatever, and whoever has time, and I'll just get whoever is around. Yeah, I think once a week. Yeah, once a week honestly isn't bad. Um, like the only reason why you'd want to stream more than that is if you were trying to like make affiliate on Twitch, and if you don't care about making affiliate on Twitch, then it doesn't fucking matter. Quest name here, because I'm not sure what I'm gonna name this yet. Um, hmm. Wait, actually, I'm gonna add something to the previous quest to kind of make sure that it comes across. Headings. Yeah, it's like definitely not a thing that you have to worry about as far as like getting affiliate. It's the kind of thing where it's like, unless you're really trying to push for it, it I can say for a fact that it really doesn't like get you very much money. It took me like 6 months to make like any kind of payoutable figure. um, and I think like a chunk of that was from my wife subscribing so that she could have my channel emotes, which is our money in the first place. um, But yeah, but I think like honestly, like going into streaming with the expectation of just having fun, being yourself, accomplishing things that you want to accomplish, but like with people around. That's kind of the way to go at it, unless you're like, I don't know, unless you like know people or are investing serious dollars or know how marketing works. I fucking don't. Every time I've worked with people at work who are in marketing, I'm like, I think you're a wizard. I think you've got to be a wizard. I don't know how anything you do works. Honestly, I haven't actually seen anyone. I've only seen people play Hades a little bit. It does look really fun. I forget if I've actually bought Hades, but I do want to. I do love a roguelike, and it does seem like a kind of like a fun game to watch. Also, just because it's so pretty. And it's kind of nice too to get to like watch like a friend go through something, or like someone you know, or someone you have a parasocial friendship with. In my case, sometimes like play a game and just sort of like comment on what they like and what they're enjoying, and you know how they feel about the characters or what their theories are about the story and stuff like that. I feel like I want to edit the like introductory write up a little bit from what I've written so far, but that can wait a little bit. Oh yeah, no, hey, I decided to start an hour earlier just to give myself a little bit more time. But I will still be streaming until 8:30. So hey, Jess, welcome. Happy New Year. I have also just been a little bit on the slow side, starting up this year, just because I had kind of a weird holiday season. So just giving myself a little bit of extra leeway to be a little bit molasses-like. Oh god, I drank my coffee the wrong way. I'm working on some role-playing game stuff for I say this like once every 30 minutes whenever someone joins the stream. But I am working on some role-playing game stuff because there's a bunch of people who are doing this thing called Dungeon 23 on Twitter, where it's like write a dungeon room a day, or like make up one a day every day in 2023. And the thing is, I've never actually used a dungeon setup in my life for a role-playing game, just because of my own like personal preferences. Like the couple times I've run like D&D-esque fantasy, it's either been like it's been like a very different setup, so I'm just working on doing like a thing a week for a different role-playing game. Because oh, you were there for Ask Again Later. I'm sort of like I'm writing a bunch of material to port it into the system called Chubo's Marvelous Wish Granting Engine. Yeah, I don't know how loosely we're defining the concept of dungeon. It seems to be very, like kind of D&D oriented. Like here's like a thing you explore with a group of people and like that sort of thing. But I also cannot for the life of me find the originating post. Oh, I'm glad you miss it. It was like it's still very near and dear to my heart. So I've actually been sort of slowly starting to put out content for this like kind of rules port of it into Chubo's on my co-host account. So if you want a little Ask Again Later content, I guess it's also been on my Tumblr. So either way, yeah. But it was like I still every now and then have like a nice feeling about like see something I'm like, oh, that's so that's so like the vibe. Like my wife and I watched the show, the first season. We still can't get access to the second season without me subscribing to yet another streaming service, which I refuse to do. But the show Kevin Can Go Fuck Himself is like surprisingly like similar vibe, and I really enjoyed that. It was also really stressful as a show, but it's also really enjoyable. Yeah, but I was just thinking about like wanting to kind of revisit it, and also I've a friend of mine has been running a really great Chubo's game for me over like the last 6 months, and I am now perpetually like thinking of things in like that set of mechanical terms. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna try my hand at writing some material for it. So manifesting. Yeah, but I'm trying to get into just working on a lot more of my creative stuff this year, just because I was so busy in the last year and so burnt out, and just kind of going through it. So I'm trying to like refresh myself, give myself a little bit more time to work on things that I find enjoyable, and just give myself a little bit more latitude to exercise my creative spirit or something. Or something. Hmm. This is really... Oh, that's really nice to like feel like you have more room for creative energy. I kind of like I'm actually I'm back in agency life again. But I think it's been like pretty good for like I think it's like using my brain a little bit more than my previous job was, which I do appreciate and I think is like helping. Mm. Every time my face freezes on stream, you can tell I'm drinking coffee because I guess that's when it loses the tracking. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm still I still feel like I'm like kind of finding my feet at my new job, but or well, it's not really new. I've been there for like 6 months. Uh, just because my first few projects ended up a little weird, um, but yeah, I think it is really nice to be like senior on a team, and I'm looking forward to getting back into that place again because I felt like that was a really like I felt really solid as far as like being in that kind of place um, a couple jobs ago. There's the timer. Wow, I looked at it just as it was finishing. So that's sprint number 2 done. Everyone, take a 10-minute break, and we'll get a drink, stretch, do your wrist exercises if you are carpal tunnel or strain prone, and just vibe, enjoy the music. check Twitter or don't check Twitter, or check your other social medias that you're replacing Twitter with, because we live in a society, apparently. God, you know, the last time I was actively streaming, I think, no, Twitter was starting to fall apart just a little bit, but not quite to the degree that it has. What a December it's been. Yeah, God. It's very weird. I have like, yeah, the Ides of December it is. That's insert joke about killing Caesar here. It's simply a historical reference. Um, but yeah, no, it's wild. I have really enjoyed though, like being able to like this is so stupid, but it's like being able to go on like Tumblr or co-host, and I keep being like going like looking at a post and being like, oh, that's nice. It's really a shame that I can't like it because like it's kind of like because I don't want like something saucy to show up in my friends' feeds, and then I'm like, wait, no, I'm on a reasonable website. I can simply like all the posts that I want, and no one can see or care. uh, which is like, God, the freedom. I'm free at last. Uh, which is why I need everyone to to migrate to a website that doesn't suck ass. Uh, but yeah, it's like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm excising Twitter from my life. I'm like gonna simplify my social media and everything. It's like, no, I have like 4 Mastodon accounts that I use for separate things. I have a Tumblr, I have a co-host. I use them all for different things. It's very silly. But it works for me. It works for me. Hilariously, like, I know people dunk on Mastodon for various reasons because people on Mastodon can get really on their high horse about how good they think it is. Like, weirdly, the most soothing experience I've had, like, so there are a few Mastodon instances specifically for ham radio operators. Mostly people on those instances are friends with the people on the other instances for ham radio operators, and all people talk about is ham radio shit. Um, People will reply to your post with like helpful thoughts about how to like learn Morse code and set up your antennas and shit. It is like it's wild. It has like the kind of experience. I feel like I'm on a forum, except for it's more like a social media where I can just like kind of post my thoughts also. But it's like I think Mastodon is really nice for like specific niche communities and having kind of like an update stream for people who are in like a specific hobby sphere. Yeah, well, Plushomancer, just see, I have a, so I think you have to have at least a couple streams under your belt, but, I have an account on vt.social, which is a Mastodon server for, VTubers. If you ever want to, like, get on there, I can probably help get you an in. Honestly, I feel like I see people promoting their streams on like co-host and stuff. But I think like honestly, like if you're gonna promote your streams, Twitter is still a good place to do it for now. Because there's plenty of people who are still on Twitter. Like most people have not left Twitter. Or like have just changed their usage a little bit. Yeah, it's like honestly, I think like if if you start like, I don't know, like a Tumblr for it or like a co-host or something like that, it'll work equally well. Or like if you just post updates on like whatever social media you haven't the most friends on. Because like that was one of the things that I like kind of had to figure out about streaming, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start like an account from the ground up the first time, and like try and kind of separate it from my normal life. And actually, like unless you are like corporate backed, that doesn't really work if you're a streamer. It's a lot easier to simply like use word of mouth with people you already know. So just like finding a place where you already know a bunch of people who you don't mind knowing that you're streaming, and then just like letting them know that it's going on, and stuff like that. That's honestly, I think that's kind of like the way to get most endeavors off the ground. Like if you're starting, like, I don't know, it probably works for business too. I know business like strongly relies on word of mouth, and stuff like, I don't know, promoting your writing, I think also kind of works like that. So yeah, I feel like it's like a lot of what I'm still there for is like, I want to say a lot of fan artists are still there, although I'm enjoying seeing a lot of people posting fan art on like Tumblr. I'm glad that fan artists are going back to Tumblr, because like, I don't know, I know a lot of people give Tumblr shit for like banning adult content in the past, which kind of got rid of a lot of the fan artists, but like if they want adult content back, they are going to have to become political activists, because we need to get rid of SESTA and FOSTA. Oh yeah, enjoy Growhub. I will be on my soapbox about why SESTA FOSTA is ruining the internet foreverly. Ask me how. Oh, and 1 minute until the next sprint, because time flies. I think this is probably like, this is a 30 XP quest that I'm working on. Okay, and starting the timer again. This is sprint number 3. Maybe I should start putting up the sprint number on the stream. Oh Lord, that is too large. It's way too big. I don't know what the fuck are all these fonts that I have? Okay, it definitely needs to be larger than that. I don't know. What if I go for 72? Okay. Yeah, the non-algorithmic timeline is like, really, because it's like, okay, so I have my Twitter set to be, to basically force it to the, yeah, honestly, the fact that like Twitter, like Tumblr has advertisements, but no one really takes them seriously. People blaze posts about their cats and like their Sims characters. Um, like the fact that people just do that, well, helps me tolerate the occasional time that I find that someone like blazes a post about like witnessing for Jesus Christ onto my timeline, because it's like, not that I have a problem with religion. I'm extremely religious, in fact. It's just that I find it really grating when people do that. But the fact that people will just like force everyone to see a picture of their cat on Tumblr, and like Tumblr is advertising useless check marks and shoelaces is just it's like, yeah, this is the ideal social media. The fact that both Tumblr and co-host are committed to shitposting in different ways, it's like, this is the sweet spot. This is what I desire. I also a little bit want to get back into like personal blogging and like using Dreamwidth for that or something like that. But on the other hand, I've never been really good at keeping a journal. Yeah, I guess honestly, like being able to blaze stuff on Tumblr is actually like kind of nice for self promo. It's just like it goes to everyone. Who knows who it'll go to? I have actually started seeing people like promo like absolutely like useless stupid tweets just for like shits and giggles, which is like how you know that Twitter is starting to melt down. Yeah, it's like I don't know what gets people to like really, I don't know. I never know what I actually want to like wish I had like written down for myself until like months later when I'm like, oh god, how was I feeling then? Or like what was I doing during that time? And it's like, oh god, I can't remember. I have no fucking clue. I feel like there's got to be some kind of like, I don't know, someone must have written like some tips or something like that for how to like actually stick to journaling. I guess also, admittedly, I could just like post technically anything could be a microblogging service if you write short enough posts on it. The bounds of social media are only social contracts that we agree to. You can choose violence at any time. Let's see. Da-da-da. Hmm. So that reminds me, I should shell out for blue checks on Tumblr because I support that. I am always supporting taking the piss out of certain social network owners. What's some other good flavor things for this quest? Okay, so that is quest 2 done. On to quest 3. Da, da, da. Let's see. phrase this. How do I want to put this? Maybe I'll like write the actual major goals and then write the description. Oh, my timer's up. I didn't notice. It just finished. Okay, that is the end of our third sprint. So we're taking a short break now. I'm changing the sprint to be 4 of 6. 10 minutes, until 10 minutes ish until the next sprint. So we start at 10 after. And once again, take a stretch, get a drink of water, flex your wrists a little bit to make sure that they don't become sad. Look at the internet or don't. Take a tiny nap. I don't know. Yeah, another thing I kind of want to do this year is I have really liked doing occasional like streaming games on Twitch, like the times that I've done like mahjong or something like that, like doing mahjong ladder climb streams again, or like the times that I've been on Final Fantasy and I've just gotten like friends joining my like fate grinding endeavors so I could get a fucking house. And stuff like that. So hopefully I'll be doing some of that this year also, or at least I'd like to. Try to figure out how to make time for that. Maybe like early on, maybe I could like do those during the day on Saturday or something. Because I don't usually have that much stuff going on weekends anymore now that no one's fucking running LARPs anymore. Or at least not ones that I'm like really a part of, so. Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to do this year, so hopefully I'm like trying to like do a little bit at a time, not burn myself out with it. Oh right, I keep it's like looking through like what tabs I have open on this computer and remembering that I want to get closed captioning set up on this on my stream at some point. At least one thing that I am well, I'm never caught up on my TV watching, but I have gotten like better about like keeping up with series. I'm actually almost caught up to the modern era of Doctor Who now. That's exciting. Because we're partially through the what's her name, the 13th Doctor. See, like I forget how many episodes there are of her, because I know her run is shorter. But it's like, wow, we're finally on the last Doctor who is like currently existing. How about that? I missed 12 though. I liked him. 3 minutes until next sprint, just as a heads up. We also started watching, I started watching Andor last night. And by started, I mean we are almost done with it now, because it rules a lot. This is everything I wanted from Star Wars. This is the Star Wars that I deserved, and finally the Star Wars that I am getting. Like, the absolutely wild. Also, I can tell that whoever made Andor, like, I feel like I can tell it's someone on the writing staff, definitely imprinted on the X-Wing DOS game as a child, just like I did, because I'm like, I see you. You too read the novella, didn't you? It's like a whole fucking novella with the strategy guide that gives a bunch of like background information into the early rebellion. Anyway, this is the special interest time. Like, I see you too know the same EU trivia. Wow. But yeah, it's absolutely just really good series. Loving it a lot. We also watched the second season of Alice in Borderland on New Year's Eve, because when my wife and I are spending a holiday where it's just us, we watch probably the most unhinged thing possible usually. Like on Christmas Day in 2020, we watched the first season of Alice in Borderland, and are regularly on Valentine's Day, it's like whatever season of Castlevania is new. But yeah, Alice in Borderland is just like, number one, it is brutal to watch, but also just, yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I think they also stuck the landing on the ending pretty well, because there were a bunch of ways that could have gone where I would have been like, okay, this feels a little like cheap, or, you know, not good or something like that, or like not as good as it could have been. But I think they wrapped it up in a way that felt like it made sense for the premise and was really, yeah, tied it up really nicely. Oh, nap time. All right, night night. Have a good nap. So this one feels like 40 XP. Man, I don't know why, but I feel like my hands have been particularly dry this winter, where I'm like actually starting to get, because I feel like for the last few years or something like that, I haven't really gotten like really dry hands in the winter, but it's happening this year for whatever reason. It's just really, it's the worst. I used to, like, when I lived in Minnesota, I was, like, it was a real problem for me where my hands would just, like, start bleeding sometimes. And it hasn't been so bad since I've been, like, spending most of my time in Chicago, but I don't know, this year it just hit it. I don't know if it's, like, a particularly, like, something about the weather conditions this year or something like that. Oh, yeah. I think, like, man, I think one year I got, like, a paraffin wax treatment, and that, like, absolutely ruled. Absolutely, like, fixed my hands for the entire winter. Uh, that was pretty good. Yeah, I feel like I want to, like, 2023 resolution, go do more spa things. I don't know. I should actually, like, maybe set up regular massages or something like that because my back is just in really poor condition. And I need something to get me through until I, like, medically get a bunch of stuff sorted out. Um, I have all these sheet masks that I keep forgetting that I have because every time I go to H Mart, I buy like 50 of them. Oh, sensory deprivation tanks. I always think that would be like kind of interesting, although also like kind of scary. I don't like, I'm not sure if I'm scared of that. Although I did get Quiet Comfort Bose headphones, and that, like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good toward, like, the sensory deprivation I need. Huh. Yeah, that's kind of, it does sound kind of neat. Oh god, what is, oh, Why is Steam popping up these little toast notifications? I just realized. Stop showing me notifications. Yeah, it doesn't kind of like, it's like, yeah, it seems like it could be nice. Because I think, I want to say there's like some places that are like in the, on the north, around this area that have that kind of thing. I don't know, maybe someday I'll try it. Let's see. What's a good fourth item here? Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, one more. Okay. Maybe actually I'll move that there. Okay, so that is sprint 4 done. Time to update the sprint counter. So we got 1 hour left in the stream. We are on a 10-minute break. Get a drink, take a stretch. Rest your eyes, do something else for a little bit, take a tiny nap. Oh. Possibly I need a nap. We got 2 sprints left for the night. Going until 8:30. I'm gonna have to start my either start a new chill hop playlist or start this one over in a bit because it's only like 2 hours long. Time really flies. Oh, I can just type this in the bar, can't I? That's nice. Da, da, da. And I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the night. If my wife wakes up from her very long nap, might finish off Andor. Otherwise, might, I don't know, play Final Fantasy, get some Final Fantasies done. I am trying so hard to get to the content. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, Carly, you will love this," and I'm like, "Oh my God, when does the Realm Reborn content end?" The between expansion content is so long. I am dying. I haven't even gotten to Heavensward yet, and I am almost at the end of the level range for it. So it's like please, they can scale me down for dungeons. I want them to scale me down for zones, honestly, so it's actually like enrichment or something. Theoretically, eventually I will get to the part that everyone is like, "Oh yeah, this is where it starts to get good," and like I fully believe that there is a part where it starts to get good, mind you. Although I think like possibly one of the things that's like just going to continue to be an annoyance for me with Final Fantasy is how many like cutscenes there are, because like it pops you into cutscene mode even for quest NPC conversations sometimes, where it's like a couple NPCs need to talk in a quest like intro, and I'm like, oh my God, I just want to go, I just want to eat and go like get your 10 bare asses, please. I know you're gonna make me drive all the way across the map to talk to another guy. I just want to get going, please. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I keep forgetting that Final Fantasy 14 is like a 10-year-old game at this point or something like that. Because it's like it's very clear that there's been a bunch like there's definitely like a bunch of things that they've improved on since the game like initially started, but it's like they haven't like gone back and tidied some stuff up, and it shows, and I am in pain. And also, I think it's like I haven't gotten to the part where Alphinaud is endearing yet, and I'm told he gets endearing. I'm told he, it's like it's a fun game. I did also finally find a class that like some of the classes that have like a solid keyboard feel for me, as far as like button pressing. Because I'm very opinionated about it, because I've said this before, like I have many friends who are like very kind and have been like, oh yeah, I think you would like the class fantasy, this is really cool and I think you would be into it. And yeah, I think it's also just really hard with MMOs because are played for such a long time that they'll still be being played while the initial content is very dated. Um, and because the technology progresses so fast, and also the conventions within the game itself progress so fucking fast. So it's definitely like a real challenge. And like, for example, World of Warcraft at a certain point went back and we're like, okay, we're just gonna revamp the like 1 to 60 experience. Um, because at present it like feels really dated, and we want to make sure and like spruce it up with our new technology before it gets too far down the road. And I think that was like I could say like a few things about how like a lot of the decisions that World of Warcraft has made are really dumb. But I think that one was a smart one, as much as I was like a little bit sad to lose all the original content for those zones at the time. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Um, I like mostly consume JRPGs by watching Let's Plays. But yeah, I definitely get that as far as like, there's a lot of things that like people have figured out about quality of life over time as far as like game design. Yeah, no, it's just it's a very different experience. I think like current like I haven't played WoW in years, and I'm sure it's like largely because the story keeps annoying me. They keep making choices with the story that I personally just hate. um, you know, as happens. But yeah, I am looking forward to doing to getting to the point where I'm doing more content where I can like co-op with people in Final Fantasy though, because I know a lot of people who play. It's just that they're all end game content, so I'm kind of like just trucking my way through, and I can't skip any part of the main story quest. So here I am. And it's 7:40, so I'm starting the timer again. Yeah, the last time I played World of Warcraft. I played during the first part of Battle for Azeroth, and I was not really liking the story direction, and I wasn't really like playing in any kind of organized fashion, so I kind of fell off of it really easily. I did really like the Legion experience. Oh yeah, Genshin Impact. I hear that they have had like new content. I don't play Genshin, but I know a lot of people who are obsessed with it. But I've heard very good things about the recent new patches, so good time to get back on that. I was actually playing Tower of Fantasy, which is a Genshin like for a while, where I don't think the writing is very good. But I had a lot of fun jumping on things uh, and like trying to get to all the explore points, which I'm told is also a thing in Genshin. Oh yeah. Yeah, I get the impression that like playing Genshin can feel like kind of a job. Where I'm like, you know what? I think I'd rather just play an MMO. Oh, and time to restart the playlist. We are listening to Chill Hop Year Mix 2022, jazz beats and lo-fi hip hop. Oh shit. I accidentally hit the back button. God damn it. Actually, I'm like, what if I move that there? Oh yeah, yeah. um, that makes sense. It's, you know, sometimes it's like a good way to play something. I guess if it's that fun to play, then it's like, why not? I do hear a lot of really good things. However, my gotcha money is already spoken for, which is the main reason why I've never tried Genshin. Oh yeah, that is nice. Yeah, open world games you can kind of run around and like just vibe. Shit, what if I change this to hmm. These like the struggle of writing later quests in the quest progression like this is like you kind of have to account for like how things probably happened and assume that they can just edit the quest if it happened a different way. But it's a little difficult for my sensibilities not to just write quests as I go. Let's see. Hmm. Let's see, what else would go into Quest 4? This is like direct consequences. Hmm. Huh. Apparently you can roast coffee beans in a popcorn popper. The more you know. This is not any kind of research for what I'm writing. I just happened upon it on my timeline. Fascinating. I'm not gonna try that ever, but interesting to know that I can do it. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay, and that's time on sprint 5. So, time to update the counter. Next one will be the last sprint of the night, 6 out of 6. And we will start that in about 9 minutes. So, at 10 after. I've got about 870 words in this document, which is not half bad, considering this is not like straight prose. I don't know how many people are out there, but how you doing on what you're working on? Hmm. Do. Okay. Awesome. I'm doing some reading response assignments for self-paced writing class I'm doing through a friend. Oh, that's really cool. Honestly, yeah, man, I always want to be able to do like self-paced writing classes, but I'm really bad at keeping myself on task. Um, but that sounds really cool. Because I have really enjoyed getting to go to like seminars and stuff like that during like the pandemic when everyone was doing a bunch of classes over like Zoom, and I can just go to classes that are like in other states now through their library services or writing centers or whatever. But yeah, that's really neat. That sounds like a great activity. Oh yeah, oh, that's really cool. Well, it's clearly great minds think alike, and it's a great time to stream. But but yeah, no, I'd love that. Okay, just like 1 minute until the last stretch. Oh my god. 3 hours did it. Okay, starting up the sprint timer now. Ooh, and thank you for the link. Okay, let's see if I can finish at least this this quest up before the end of the stream. This might be a 40 XP also. Scaling it up. Okay, I think I'm getting the groove. Yeah, I think I know what I'm doing, just how to articulate it is the issue. What's another one? Hmm. 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 I think I might want to like go look at some of the quest sets in the book for Chubas to kind of figure out how to articulate the last two. Because I feel like the last two are kind of hardest. But also, this is coming along. Quest set a week. Easy peasy. I got this. And the timer's up. So, there we go. That's 6 sprints, 3 hours. Yeehaw. Got some good work done tonight. I'm gonna paste it to myself in, like, Discord or something. Yeah, you know how that works. Cool. Alright. Solid. It's archived. Yeah, I think my schedule should more or less be back up to date. If it says it's Tuesday, Thursday, I will double check and make sure it's correct going forward. I know, like, next week I will have to skip Tuesday because I have a meeting. But, oh lord, that was autoplay music. But I will make sure that's up to date tonight, and hopefully I will see folks mostly most Tuesday Thursdays for most of the rest of the year. Wow, let's see how much we can get done this year. Year of productivity and good vibes. Yeah, and thank you again for coming, and happy 2023. Good riddance to 2022.